Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of EmpireJeffTV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Sunday night from Los Angeles, California. And tonight, we're going to talk some Los Angeles Dodger baseball, man. Dodger Nation, Dodger faithful. We go talk to Dodgers, man. Back cover of baseball tonight. Took a break from basketball to kind of ease my way back into basketball. So I had to put a little bit of time, a little bit of effort into that. Got you guys all the way through the offseason in the MLB. Took a little slight break to start off spring training here. And now we are back covering the boys in blue, baby. This is going to be one of the greatest, one of the best, one of the funnest, most enjoyable times of my Dodger fan life. And I can't wait to spend just about every moment of it with you guys. So it's going to be fun. Sorry for the little hiatus in baseball as I'm trying to balance two sports here at the channel by myself. But we back. And today we're going to talk about a player who at the time when they signed him, I remember everyone really wasn't excited about it because everyone was kind of in the Juan Soto, Teoscar Hernandez holding pattern, right? And it was kind of frowned upon when they signed him. Then it was kind of overlooked after they finished and signed everyone else. Then we started to, play spring training games and everyone started to be like, wait a minute. Oh, what Jeff said at the time when everyone was kind of sweeping it under the rug, I'm like, we may have the Dodgers do this all the time. And I said at the time that Conforto was not signed to replace Teoscar. He was signed to potentially be another Teoscar. And what I mean by that is a guy who's had a pretty decent to good stellar start to his career, former first-round pick, very good player for the New York Mets prior to injuries. He's been on an all-star team. Then he goes to San Francisco as a free agent. He blew out his shoulder in training, missed pretty much all of 2022, goes into San Francisco, and just kind of was a dud for 2 seasons. However, when you look at his splits between home and road and what he did at Oracle Park versus the road, power up, OPS up, everything up, has a pretty strong walk rate too, above average walk rate at the plate. You kind of work him into that Dodger style and what they do. And if the Dodgers can turn Michael Conforto in 2025 into even half of what they got out of Teoscar Hernandez in 2024, it's going to be a steal. It's going to be a steal. They got him for $17 million on a one-year deal. They got Teo last year, $23 million on a one-year deal. Teo became the fan favorite. Everyone loved him to the point where they would have been upset if they got Juan Soto instead of Teo. They would have been upset if they got anyone instead of Teo. And the Dodgers are hoping that they can unlock Michael Conforto and kind of have that same type of storyline with him as they did with Teoscar Hernandez last season. Now, will that happen? That remains to be seen. He's got to stay healthy. He's got to produce. And where Teo was kind of brought along to crush the left-handed pitching, Conforto is going to be counted upon to punish some more of the right-hand pitching and hit bombs. And he's been a guy that's been known to have pretty top-tier power. He's been a guy who has a very good hard hit rate. He's a guy that can make contact with the baseball, drive in runs. He's a guy that's had success at the plate while healthy. Like I said, you can't really look at his Giants tenure. Pretty much probably the worst ballpark for a guy coming off a shoulder injury to try to get back his value from a bat perspective, playing at Oracle Park. Now, playing at Dodger Stadium in this lineup with not a lot of wasted pitches, not a lot of wasted activity when it comes to pitchers and facing this lineup, he's going to kind of, hold on, we got the best sound on the soundboard tonight. Hold on a second here. There we go. There we go. He's not going to face the same type of pitching he faced while a member of the San Francisco Giants. However, the pressure on him will be bigger than it was on the San Francisco Giants. But a one-year deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers, adding another left-handed bat to this lineup. And I have a feeling that Michael Conforto has a chance to have a very strong campaign with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And if any point he can replicate what Teo did coming into this lineup after a down year in Seattle, then the Los Angeles Dodgers are going to be very happy once again. Dodger fans are going to be very happy once again. And other Major League Baseball fan bases are going to be upset once again. And if we are sitting here in the next offseason in November and December, and fans are the only thing on their mind is talking about Michael Conforto coming back to the Dodgers, then that means our guy had one hell of a year. If it puts him in that tail category where that's all the fans care about is Michael Conforto coming back. Now, there's a couple of reclamation projects that this Dodger team is going to have. All right, Rosario was another one, but Rosario is not to the level of Conforto. Rosario has been kind of just a forgotten guy in baseball over the last few years. Conforto has not. Rosario was signed on a minor league deal. Conforto was not. Conforto got 17 mil. Rosario didn't. A lot of people didn't even realize they signed Rosario. That's the funniest part about it. But Rosario is a guy who killed us in 2021. I love that they got him. If they can build him back up to even anywhere near what he was with the Braves when he was killing us, then my God, Conforto and Rosario reclamation project. And the Dodgers, man, they're just gonna take everyone's trash, man. Everyone who labels their players as trash, one man's trash is another man's treasure, and that is kind of the way the Dodgers go about it. It's not working for you. Hey, don't matter to us. It might work for us. We can get your guy in here. We can make it work, and put him in this Dodger think tank, with this coaching staff, in this lineup. Get him around this team. Get him around winning, and see what comes from it. And if you're Michael Conforto, this is a chance of a lifetime for you. This is a chance of a lifetime. You're playing for a team that just won the World Series, a team that's going for the repeat, and you're going to be part of that. You're going to have a chance to play major starting productive innings in the outfield and at the plate for this team if you can stay healthy and stay productive. And he's got to seize the moment. And if he seizes the moment, and if he's like a budding all-star level player, like if he's just kind of hanging around that, Like if he's going into the All-Star break and he's got more than 10 home runs, he's got more than, in the 40th or 50th or 40, 50 RBI range, which would be insane. If he's having a solid average and in the high 200s, OPS is up there, and that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for, because the Dodgers are going to have injuries. They're going to have guys out. They're going to have guys out short term. They will have guys out long term. They will have guys who face, slumps. Maybe guys get off to a really slow start in the season, can't really find their way. There's going to be potential for some of these guys to step up, and Conforto is going to be one of those guys presented with an opportunity to step in and take advantage of this opportunity of playing with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Don't know necessarily yet where in the lineup he's going to bat. I'm sure he'll get moved around a lot depending on the other team's starting pitcher. But having that other left-handed bat in there is going to pay dividends for manager Dave Roberts. And speaking of manager Dave Roberts, he is in line. They're finalizing a deal to get his contract extension done. Everything I'm hearing is pretty much that's in the bag. I heard like a couple of days ago that they were getting ready to announce that leading up to the Tokyo series. That's the last I heard. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to get sped up. I don't know if that's still the plan, but I think I heard this maybe Thursday or Friday, to look for that news to come out at or around the Tokyo series right before the start of the regular season. That's just the latest I heard on that. And if that ends up to be true, great. If not, it is what it is. But as long as they sign Dave, they give him his extension. I didn't think last year, at the end of last year, when all this was going down, and I figured he was going to get that EXT. I didn't figure that he was going to end up being the highest paid manager in baseball. I thought that the contract that Craig Counsell got with the Chicago Cubs, I thought was a little different situation. I wasn't quite sure that Dave was going to get that same deal or in that realm of north of $7.5–8 million. If he gets somewhere between $8 to $9 million a year, that's pretty impressive to get as a baseball manager, especially a guy who was pretty much sitting on the hot seat most of last season from his own fan base and writers and a bunch of people who kind of had it out for him. And now they've kind of come around to him. And if he gets this deal, he's going to get a deal. Just a matter of what's the years, what's the number. But if he ends up with a number bigger than Counsell, I say, man, shout out to Dave Roberts, man. Shout out to Dave Roberts, man. Shout out to the Dodgers organization, their front office, their ownership group. Shout out to all his players on the Dodgers. From the top tier guys to the lower level guys, going to bat for their guy, literally talking about how much they love playing for manager Dave Roberts, talking about how much he means to them. You never heard a single guy come out and bash Dave Roberts when he was going through it. When he was kind of public enemy number one for the Dodger fan base, no player was out there leaking stuff to the media, bashing him, backhanding him. Nothing. Guys love playing for him. Guys love being in his clubhouse. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And no matter how frustrated we got from the couch with him, those guys who were in that clubhouse with him, they love him. Point blank, period. And Dave, I would expect that in the next 7 to 10 days, that contract extension will be announced, and Dave Roberts will be manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers for many, many, many years to come. Now, we lost Michael Grove today, right? He was pretty much not put on the playoff roster due to a shoulder issue. Showed up in the clubhouse today with a sling on after surgery. He is done for this season. Now, he's not a guy that was going to be counted on heavily. He's not a name that was going to be dependent on majorly, but it's the start of we have Kopech out for at least probably the first month. We may have Gratterall out for maybe the first half of the season. We've got Evan Phillips out. We're starting to get guys that are going to be out, and you're starting to see why the Dodgers went into this offseason and just got this depth in every which direction. Because they're like, look, if we go down 3, 4, 5 guys, we got to have other guys here that we can count on. You had guys that filled in roles last year that are now gone, right? Gavin Stone, River Ryan. You had Dustin May go down in spring training. Catman. You had all these guys that would have been extra arms for you last year to add to your starting rotation, and then your starters went down. Glasnow went down. Yamamoto missed a long time, right? You had guys that ended up being done, and you didn't have Glasnow for the playoffs. You didn't have River Ryan. You didn't have Catman. You didn't have Dustin May. You didn't have Gavin Stone, who had a strong season. You had to go and make a trade for Jack Flaherty. And although Jack Flaherty wasn't my favorite guy in the playoff time, he did get us some incredible wins in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to Jack. But at the same time, if we don't get Jack Flaherty, if we don't make that trade for him, we probably don't secure the #1 seed in Major League Baseball, and we probably don't win the World Series. So although Jack Flaherty frustrated me in multiple games in the playoffs, but typically his second game in the series, we don't get anywhere we got without Jack Flaherty. And that was adding a guy to our rotation because our other guys were getting hurt and just getting knocked down left and right. But with hopefully having Glass now, hopefully for a full season, hopefully having Blake Snell, you got Yamamoto, Roki Sasaki. They're already pumping the brakes on Shohei. I'm going to talk about this too. I talked about this in a previous show too, that I could kind of see the Dodgers having Shohei like a June to like August guy in the rotation. And I know that sounds crazy. But I think that their main priority is going to be hitting. And I think they feel comfortable where he's at. I think they feel he's ready. I think they're not really worried about risking any injury. I think this is, mostly about preserving him at the plate, getting him out there, and then getting him on the mound in the middle of the season when they're kind of pulling back some other guys. Maybe they, give Glasnow or Snell or Yamamoto or any of these guys some phantom stints on the DL. And then maybe that's when Shohei ramps up. Maybe that's when Shohei gets the bulk of his innings, and they kind of tail him off towards the end of the season. As these other guys maybe come back and get into regular form. So you have that. Now, I also want to mention about what I think is going to happen in game 1 and 2 in Tokyo. Now, I'm kind of torn on this, and I want the chat here. I want you guys to let me know what you guys think is going to happen here, because I think the Dodgers don't do a lot of things by accident. The Dodgers kind of do some things. They try out some things before they actually do it. The Dodgers sometimes will leave you these breadcrumbs, and you don't realize it till after the fact. And I've been talking about piggybacking for a long time. I've been talking about Dodger starters 2 in a game. I've been talking about how they were ramping that up in the minor league, especially at AAA. I saw several games with that myself with the ABS system, along with the piggyback system. And part of me is wondering that while I do believe that Yamamoto and Roki Sasaki will both pitch in Japan, part of me is wondering if it's going to be a piggyback situation like we saw in that spring training game. Part of me is thinking that. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't know if I'm tripping. Part of me is starting to believe that that's a possibility. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you think it's going to be Yamamoto game 1 and Roki game 2, or vice versa? Or do you think they'll pitch in the same game? Let me know what you guys think. Because it is a regular season game. These 2 games count. I'm very curious to see how the Dodgers are going to go about this. I think that Roki and Yamamoto absolutely pitch in Japan. I'm just starting to wonder. I'm starting to think if potentially a piggyback game might be in play versus one of them start game 1 and one of them start game 2. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you think that's possible? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm tripping? Let me know what you guys think. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. You can also become a member to the channel. You can tap that join button or hit the first link in the description. For less than the cost of lunch, you can become a member for an entire month. Great way to help support the channel. And shout out to all the current members that we have. Let me see here. I got you, Lewis. I got you. Hold on a second here. I lost my, where did this go? I feel like it always disappears. There we go. Get your MLB, NBA, NFL gear, and more. Make sure to use our link at Fanatics to get special discounts on your purchase. Also help support the channel. And I can tell you that there's been a lot of people, starting from the Dodgers won the World Series, through it all up through spring training, the spring training gear, and now the batting practice gear, who have bought a lot of items off Fanatics using our link. So I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys more than you know. It's a great way to help support the channel for your Laker gear, your Dodger gear, your NFL gear, your memorabilia. You got a lot of memorabilia on this site, too. Don't get it twisted. Like signed Kobe plaques, Kobe posters, whoever your favorite player is. A lot of ways to get really good merch and memorabilia just by tapping this link. So greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you guys. I also have a new got a new partnership that I'm getting ready to announce. So that's going to be coming soon. Something it's a product that kind of ties into baseball. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. And I'm going to launch that in the coming days. It's another company we've partnered with at EmpireJeffTV, a good company that I have bought from in the past, and that I like doing business with. And so I'm going to add them to the rotation partners on the channel here, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I think you guys are going to enjoy their products, and going to get you some discounts, some promo codes, and it's a great way to help support the channel as well. You can also tap that Cash App $EmpireJeff. Make sure to follow us on all our socials at EmpireJeffTV on Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook group, and here on YouTube as well. Okay, so let's get to some of your chats here, man. I appreciate you guys. BC, what's going on, my guy? I appreciate you for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. Lewis says, what's good, big brother Jeff? Get the likes up and subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel, and tell a friend or a family member about the channel. Become a member of the channel. Absolutely. What's up, Joe? Joseph. Make sure to go subscribe to Lakers Fast Break, to Joe and everyone over there. He said, and Rosario. I'm not sure what you mean by and Rosario, other than if they stole him. If you're going off the title of the show, I would tend to agree that they kind of did steal him. If he can stay healthy and if he can be productive, and they kind of snatched him kind of off his MLB deathbed. I think that him and Conforto are a little different situations, but I think what the Dodgers are trying to do with both of them could be similar. What's going on, Daniel Barry? Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you, man. Congrats on DK, Joe. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, congrats, Joe. I don't know what that is, but congrats. Big Baby, what's up, man? Every time I hear this beat, I feel like a freestyle. it's a dope ass beat, man. I feel you. Eddie Rosario, people. Yeah, Rosario, man. He absolutely bullied us, man. He bullied us. Absolutely bullied us, and kind of destroyed us in the 2021 playoffs. And man, I feel like every time he came up to the plate in 2021, he was just hitting it out the park on us. And we got him. He hasn't been that same guy for a while. But again, the Dodgers have a history of taking guys who are kind of broken, kind of busted, kind of down and out on their career, and kind of putting them back together. So Rosario could be the latest guy in a long line of guys that the Dodgers have done this with. And if he is, that's just one more step closer to the Dodgers just being that team that gets guys in here, puts them back together, puts them on the field, and it helps put them in position to win baseball games, man. I think Darnold is next. Oh, okay, you talk about NFL stuff. Got you. Yo, Dante Adams to the Rams is crazy, man. That guy's going to be a sneaky bench bat. Yeah. And not even just a sneaky bench bat. If someone gets hurt and he gets it going, he could end up getting some innings, man. He can end up getting a lot of games, a lot of innings in an outfield position. If these guys go down, like you don't know. But they got him, they believe in him, and he has a chance to do something with them. What's going on, my guys? Search and destroy the mod god, the mod father, the father of mods, the best in the business, the mod god. Thank you for tuning in, brother. Hope you're doing well. You can platoon both of them in left. You absolutely can. This team is set. They are set, man. They're set. They're stacked. And like I said, man, all the things they're doing, stacking up this roster, stacking up this bullpen, stacking up this rotation, stacking up these fielders, stacking up these bats, stacking up this bench, stacking up this entire organization. It's what they're doing, man. The Dodgers are going all in on the Shohei era, all the way in on the Shohei era. And so are we, right? So are we. Me and Joe have talked about this numerous times. Numerous times we have talked about what it's going to be like to be a Dodger fan in this stretch, what we might be looking at, potentially 4 to 5 World Series rings in this chat, in this third time. I think my camera tripped there. Absolute absurd time to be a Dodger fan, man. Absolutely. If you want the finest in Lakers Dodgers content and breaking news, you have come to the right place. Tell them, Search. And if you don't know, man, Search is that dude. He knows. He's been around. He knows all the top tier channels. He knows them. I'm just a little brother channel, man. I'm just a new guy around here. I'm just a small time guy just over here getting started, right? Search be on massive channels, man. And he elects to still come kick it with your boy over here. So shout out to Search, man. Appreciate you, brother. We lost to Oakland, panic mode. Let's see. A lot of football news today. Yeah, it kind of just came out of nowhere, right? I was walking my dog. Well, my dog, like y'all don't know Lucky. I was walking Luck, and I just looked at my phone. I was like, man, Devontae Adams, boom. Like, okay. And then I think the Seahawks traded a receiver to the Steelers, right? I think maybe that's what we were talking about in the chat. And then um I saw that extension that Buffalo gave out. Like, my God. To Josh Allen. That's insane. I think like 250 million guaranteed. Yo, NFL 250 guaranteed. Wow. So the things are just flying around, man. NFL out there just boom, 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 bop, bam, right? Came out of nowhere. And man, Devontae Adams on the Rams is gonna be very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, a lot of football news today, for sure, kind of coming out of nowhere. Let's see. Young Yi, what's going on, man? I believe TL started at 6 in the Dodger lineup. Conforto could start in the 7th spot. Yeah, he might. But it depends what type of year he has. And if that left back is going well, potentially you got Shohei, you got Freddie, you got Conforto, you got Muncy, then you got Mookie, right? You got Kike, you got Teo, you got Will Smith, you got that balance there now. You got that good balance, left, right, if you need to use it. Chris, my guy, Chris, the art director, man. Hope you're doing well, brother. Appreciate you for tuning in as always. That's my brother right there. Chris, hope you're having a good Sunday, my guy. Showtime LA, what's going on, my guy? What's up, Jeff? Love to see the Dodgers streams. Yeah, man, I told you when you supported on my last Lakers stream, and shout out to you for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the people who watch me for basketball still supporting me for baseball, and the people who found me for baseball still supporting me for basketball. I salute y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I told you I'd be back with baseball soon. I've been so heavy in it, and I've been neglecting my basketball peeps, and I really had to get back into that. But similar to basketball, when I started, was getting DMs and where you at, people were looking for me for basketball. People started looking for me for baseball, man. Started hitting me up, so I had to come back soon. I was going to write this out so closer to Tokyo series, but got a lot of DMs in the recent days of the coming and talk, baseball, and people were on my NBA streams asking me about baseball. So, I got to give the people what they want, right? And I love talking baseball. I love it. I was just trying to make up for me slacking on basketball. It's hard to pull off both a one-man show, right? It's hard to pull off both sports consistently, but I promise you, I'm going to do it. Promise you. It's going to happen. Dodgers signed ex-Giants Snell and Conforto this offseason, and 2 ex-Padres, Tanner and Yates. Yeah, I mean, these guys typically sign former Dodgers too. I mean, baseball guys, the NFL is kind of known more for this, but baseball, I don't think people really notice it as much in baseball as in NFL. A lot of free agents in the NFL, one way or another, tend to find themselves in their same conference and division. One, because they play those teams still, 2 times a year for scouting, for preparation and stuff like that, right? So it happens more times than you think in MLB too. A lot of guys like to stay in the same division if they can, because it's the same teams. Again, you play them the most, scouting and all this, same travel, same everything for the most part, right? And so a lot of guys in the MLB like to stay in the same division more than people think. And so Conforto, Dodgers, now after coming from the Giants, you had Blake Snell, who was a Padre, who was a Giant, and is now a Dodger, right? You have these guys that this is not abnormal. It's not abnormal. You don't hear about it. It's not as known as it typically is in the NFL, but it is more common than you think. Dan Inspiration says Conforto was way better than CT3. Grove out for the season. Yeah, Conforto's definitely at this point of his career better than CT3 for sure. I'm telling you, if things go a little right for Conforto, he has a chance, believe it or not. He has a chance to be all-star level. All-star level. I'm nowhere close to playing on that. He has a chance. To be all-star level. What's good? Search and destroy. People talking to each other. Let me mind my business. I think Conforto will probably be at 15 to 22 home runs with the Dodgers hitting 270. Dan, if he's 15 to 22, all right, let's put that difference at about 18-ish. If he's 18 homers batting 270 with his walk rate, that's going to be a phenomenal season in this Dodger lineup. Phenomenal season in the Dodger lineup. I think Outman is cooked. He's stuck in that mental game like Bobby Miller. They might be good trade pieces. Yeah. The Dodgers typically don't throw guys away at the bottom. They will if they have to, but they don't seek that out throughout the bait. They don't. They'd rather sell high than sell low. But I think they're going to try to do what they can to get these guys right. I think they're going to continue down the path. If you really think about it, the guys that they stuck with, and look how it worked out with Walker Buehler, right? They're hoping it works out with Dustin May. They're hoping it works out with Gosselin. They stuck it out with these guys, and that's kind of the Dodger way. And if there's a way to keep them in the minors and try to retool them and try to rework them, they probably will. But they will cut bait if they have to. But I don't think they're just going to throw them away. I don't think they're just going to throw them away. Oh yeah. We're talking about, yeah, they do just throw out random. I mean, YouTube used to let us gift, used to let the content creator or the owner of the channel gift out memberships to people in the chat. They don't let us do that anymore. So you're right. It's completely spontaneous. So someone like Search, who many times in the past has donated memberships to the chat, he does not get to pick who gets those memberships. It's a round robin. It's like, look, I don't know how YouTube determines it. I don't know who's been in the room the most. I don't feel that it's who's engaged in the chat the most, because I get members who I never hear from, right, when he does that. So, but it's I don't necessarily know how it goes about. I don't know what the pecking order is. But you guys can always get your own memberships by clicking the join button or tapping that first link in the description. I wonder if Dodgers will platoon Conforto. Maybe. I mean, like I said, he can play some left. Teo can play left or right, but Teo's going to be better in right than he is in left. But I mean, maybe they could. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Let's see. If Ohtani will not start by May, we should. Who should be the sixth starter? Well, let's break it down. Let's go what we got so far, right? No particular order. You got Glasnow, you got Yamamoto, you got Blake Snell, you got Roki Sasaki. Kershaw's not going to be back yet. You got Dustin May, you got Catman. Those are kind of your six right there. If you take Ohtani out of there, you technically have Landon Knack, who the Dodgers, I'm told, still very much believe in. So you got guys that could do it, but I think that if Shohei's not going to be back in that realm, it's probably going to be like a Catman, Dustin May scenario there that you're probably going to see more of. Hoping Rushing and Freeland get some opportunities. I think Freeland is better than Kim and Kike, at least regular season Kike. Regular season Kike at the beginning of last season, but after he kind of got those glasses, second half of the year, like really the final third of the year, Kike was much better than the first 2/3 of the year. So if we get any version of that Kike back, I think it's going to be a better start to this season than he was last year. But that remains to be seen, though. What's going on, Craig? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Nothing like a canned margarita. Went into the fridge, man. I was going to grab a beer, and I was like, let me grab a beer. We're talking baseball. I reached in. I was like, damn it. Drink what was left of it like yesterday. So I was like, all right, we got these margaritas, but canned margaritas they're not ideal. If you're out in the pool, if you're out on the beach, you out whatever, mobbing, whatever, that's cool. But if I'm at the house, I'd rather make a margarita. Didn't have time though. I set the schedule for the stream. I'm like, I gotta hurry up. We gotta grab something I can grab and pop open and go do this stream over here. It's early in the season. They still need stretching out piggyback. Okay, so you think the start of the Japan series they'll actually do a piggyback? I'm thinking it's more possible than I did earlier. No piggyback. Yama 1 and Sasaki number 2. Sasaki is ready to start. It's not about him being ready. I'm just saying. I'm really liking Bodie in spring training. There's a lot of guys. I mean, I'm telling you, yeah, that's another name that a lot of guys like haven't really talked about. They may have snuck him too. I know that Cubs fans aren't happy that the Dodgers got him. Should we be worried about Teoscar or any of the relievers that have given up some home runs? I know it's spring training, but pitchers are supposed to be ahead of hitters. Well, here's the thing, Showtime, and I think this is what people have to grasp when it comes to spring training, right? Think of spring training like you would a rehab start. Okay, these starters are not looking at scouting reports. It's not the same preparation. It's not the same any of that. And yes, they're supposed to be ahead of them, but these some of these guys are coming in from the Dominican, Winter League. Some of these guys are playing year round now. It's different than it was back in the day. So what you're seeing here now is these pitchers go into spring training not necessarily looking at, okay, I got to get guys out, worried about ERA, worried about contact, worried about any of that. It's more about the feel, the location, finding their stuff. Can they put the ball where they want to put it? In the regular season, they want to put the ball where they want to put it to get someone out. In spring training and a rehab start, it's just like, can I put the ball where I want it? If it gets hit, it gets hit. It doesn't care. They don't care. It's free baseball, right? It doesn't care. It doesn't count. So it's more about, do I have my feel? Do I have command of my stuff? And can I put the baseball where I want it? Is my movement right? Is my spin right? That's what it's about. So if you're putting the ball where you want to put it and a guy hits it, you're fine with it because you put it where you wanted to put it. Now, in the regular season, when you miss your spot and the guy clobbers it, when you make a mistake and they kill it, that's different. But when you hit your spot exactly what you wanted to and a guy clobbers it, they don't even care because, like, okay, I put it where I wanted it. He guessed right. And batters know at this point, they're not really out there trying to fool me. They're out there trying to locate. And if you could pick up on it and if you can guess right, then you can clobber it. And it's kind of the same thing. So I'm not worried about really anyone when it comes to spring training. I never have, never will be. There's times where we heard last year, people were worried about Yamamoto last year. Oh, he's tipping his pitches. Oh, this, oh, that. Like, no, don't worry too much about spring training. It's not a thing you have to really overlook too much. You hear Roki practicing batting left. Bro, really trying to be the next Ohtani. That would be hilarious. I heard something about that, but oh my God, that would be nuts. That would be nuts. Like, imagine Roki just steps up there one day and like, okay, I think I could hit. And then like 5 years from now, he's hitting like 30 bombs a year. That would be nuts. That would be unfair. Imagine that though. Lakers Dodgers for life. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. What's up, Jeff? Haven't been paying attention to spring training. Do you know our pitching rotation as of now? You know what? I've been watching. I don't watch live because I've been at work. The games are like at noon. And so unless you're a housewife or unless you don't got a lot going on, it's hard to watch every single spring training game live with 100% attention on it. So I watch it. I've been watching it like later on at night. But the rotation it's going to be what we pretty much expect, man. It's going to be some form of Snell, Glasnow. You're probably 1 and 2, Yamamoto, Roki. And then you're going to have kind of your fill-in guys from there until Kershaw gives his handful of games until Ohtani joins the rotation. So it's going to be pretty much what we thought it was going to be. Showtime says Jack Dreyer is a breakout candidate with Kopech and Phillips hurt. Dude is literally a right-handed Vesia, nasty slider and a rising fastball. 21 to 24. IVB in it. Yeah, it's he's not bad at all. Again, this guy, it kind of like, you remember when the Dodgers, they're different style pitchers a little bit, but remember when the Dodgers first got Brazier and he came in and guys were like, yo, whoa, this guy came in just killing, right? He snuck up on people. And that's kind of what Dreyer is doing right now. Let's see what happens when guys start to, adjust to him and come around. I like the comparison of a right-handed Vesia. You're right about that. Because the way it rises, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes when batters are starting to get locked in, and then when he's really trying to throw pitches to get guys out versus locating, and we'll see what it is. Karan says, "Go Rangers, go Rangers, go Corey Seager." Right, that's what we say around here, man. Conforto should be a 25 to 30 home run guy with the Mets. He hit 31 home runs his rookie year. Yeah, he was great with the Mets, man. I tell you, he made an All-Star game from 2017 to 2020. He was a stud. Then again, he had his injuries. He kind of, a whole like COVID situation and that, and then he blew out his shoulder, lost pretty much. I believe it was the 2022 season. I think he missed the whole season, and he just never really got it right with the Giants at home, playing at home with the Giants. But he had very decent numbers on the road. So if that translates, then that will be pretty well, man. EPJ member roll call, yes sir. EPJ Sports Night coming soon, y'all. Coming soon. Let's see. People talking to each other. Me mind my business. Okay, cool. It looks like I caught up to all the chat so far. But yeah, let me know who's been your guys' standout so far in spring training. What are you guys thinking? Do you guys like what you see currently with this Dodger team? Who do you guys think is going to be the 5th and 6th starter? And what type of year? Let me get some predictions in the chat. What type of year do you think Conforto is going to have with the Dodgers this year? What do you expect from him? What do you think is going to happen? And just trying to see what you guys are saying here, because I'm telling you right now, this guy has a chance to do something, man. Has a chance to do something. And Andrew Friedman, his guys don't miss often. Conforto's got the combination of kind of a safe floor and a high ceiling, and with his ability to get the walks, hit for power. Like I said, I believe it was like 11.9% walk rate. Speaks to his plate discipline, and that's kind of something that the Dodgers really, really, really thoroughly enjoy. Right? It's what basically got Max Muncy into the league. But I think the main reason you should get excited, because remember with Teoscar last year, the Dodgers scooped him on a similar 1-year deal. And you see how that worked out for them, man. 33 homers, something like a 272 average, became clutch. He was absolutely incredible. But it's just Conforto, man. I know he had some struggles with his swing at Oracle Park. There at home with the Giants. It's not really a hitter-friendly park. But his roll numbers were a lot better. I think he was above 250, above 850 OPS, on the road. I think it was like a 216 average at home with like a 630 OPS at home. So kind of like that change of scenery from Oracle to Dodger Stadium is something that I think is going to pay dividends for Conforto in that Dodger uniform at Dodger Stadium. I think it's something that's going to be a much welcome addition to this Dodger lineup for sure. Don't sell the Bobby Miller stock. Dude still has insane stuff. I believe he has insane stuff for sure. But I also think he's a little insane in his own head too. He's got to get it right. Bodie is definitely cool. Let's see. Joe says Bodie has been the standout. Yeah, so far he has. And like I said, the Cubs were still tight about that. Cubs fans, and not even necessarily, sometimes they're like, okay, it was kind of time. But then he went to the Dodgers. They're like, oh, great. They're like, great. They're gonna rebuild him for sure. They're gonna rebuild him for sure. And it's man. It's gonna piss a lot of people off if all these buttons the Dodgers pushed on reclamation projects do well. It's gonna be crazy. Zaire Hope stood out for me. I think they will be getting Gosselin started maybe after. Yeah, I think Gosselin is gonna. Gosselin's ability to get out of jams is incredible. I've often said that guy in a bullpen, even though he's a starter, his ability to get out of jams is so impressive for a starting pitcher, right? Zaire, yes, him too. So we've got a lot of future all-stars on this Dodger roster the guys are playing in spring training from a minor league standpoint. We've got a lot of future all-stars, a lot of guys that are going to contribute and play at a high level down the road. Let's see. Sorry about that. I was checking the message here. But yeah, and another story we saw earlier, we heard Blake Snell talking about that he really didn't hear from the Giants in the offseason. Really didn't hear from him. He had texted the manager, didn't really hear back. And he was like, that kind of told me something. There wasn't a lot of interest of bringing me back there. But I think the Giants knew that he was going to be a Dodger. I think they knew. I think when the Dodgers had the balls to call the Giants about trading for him, they're probably like, you might as well just give it to him. We're going to get him next year anyways. You might as well just take something from us. You might as well get something off our hands. We're going to get Farhan and him in this offseason anyways. You might as well just give him to us. Something like that was probably said just from trash talk perspective. And so the Giants didn't really offer him anything. They didn't really come to the table with anything. There's mild conversations, but like I said, I had felt that, again, I told you guys the Dodgers almost got Snell last offseason. They made an obnoxious trade pitch to the Giants trying to get him at the trade deadline. No way that was going to happen. So the Giants didn't even really put any focus on Blake Snell in the offseason, and the Dodgers got him early before the wave of all these other guys, and the rest is history. Now he may potentially win a Cy Young Award with the Los Angeles Dodgers this year, and a World Series, and maybe a World Series MVP. Who knows? Maybe who knows? Maybe an all-star starter for the Dodgers. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. regular season baseball is right around the corner. And let's just say, get ready. Get ready, because the baseball content creation, not only on YouTube, but there's some other sites that are that I'm kind of part of beta programs on. And let's just say that the word is out on baseball, and other systems and sites and things are starting to take notice. And if you know baseball and you're trying to be part of it, there's going to be good ways for creators such as myself and others to really get out there and push this game that we love to higher levels, to definite higher levels. And that's all I can really say right now. But let's just say the attention and the platforms for baseball are going to be very interesting this season. Very interesting. So it's perfect, not only for baseball fans, but for Dodger fans, because in the golden era, the blue era of Dodger baseball, and it's about to go ballistic. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But yeah, man, we'll see what goes on the remainder of this spring training as we head into the Tokyo games there. I really think Conforto has a chance to be a steal for the Dodgers. I think Rosario has a chance to be a steal from the Dodgers. We talked about Dreyer having a chance to be a steal from the Dodgers. It's kind of odd if you're going to call Roki a steal for the Dodgers, but he kind of is, right? I still think of Shohei's a steal for the Dodgers, because he just can't put a value on what he brings, right? But I'm just saying the Dodgers have continuously stolen pieces just with their hard work and being smarter than everyone else. And it's going to continue to pay off. And here we are, right around the corner for Dodger baseball. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and shut down this episode for the day. I may or may not be back later tonight with the Laker video, depending on what I got going in the next hour. But other than that, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I greatly appreciate that. Love spending time with you guys talking baseball and basketball. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. If I don't make it back tonight, enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Enjoy the end of your weekend here. Have a great Monday. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. As always, Search, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you guys for your contributions in the chat. Stay safe. Love y'all. I'm out of here, guys. Let's go Lakers. Let's go Dodgers. Peace.